You're listening to the AfterBuzzTV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Dancing with the Stars After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Dancing with the Stars After Show.
Oh, you guys, bingers for doing, and we are here doing another episode of Dancing with the Stars. It's week 2, and the gang is all here, back together.
Yes, we are.
Woo! I know, I don't even know where to start, but I'm Kristen Burt, and let's start right across the table, my co-host, Jake Dupree.
Hi, I'm Jake Dupree.
Next to him, Suri Serrano's back in studio.
I am here, back, yes.
On the couch tonight, we have 1.5 guests.
Yay!
We have Anna
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
and baby Tribunskaya.
I know.
It's so cute. I love this. We have a baby bump all season. I'm really excited by
I am
this.
too.
You're feeling good. You look beautiful.
I feel fine. I feel like slightly just a bit tired and more annoyed than usual.
That's okay. We love you. We're here to cater to you.
And now you have an excuse for it.
Exactly.
Oh, guess what? We have a guest, and he's right here to my right. It is troop member Henry Byalikov.
Hello, 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 hello.
Yeah.
One of our most requested guests. I
Yes.
think everyone's
Wow.
Twitter feed, has been blowing up the last 2 days.
Yeah,
We
I
love-
saw that. I just opened the Twitter like a couple hours ago, and I'm like, Henry.
You know,
Here I am.
love Henry, and I know a lot of you are in the chat room there with Adrian, so, chat away. We hope to get to all of your tweets after this show. But let's get started because it was Latin night, except for the jive. I'm like, except for, but really,
Paso.
in Paso, yeah. I mean, kind of a weird
Technically Spanish French
kind of
dance.
a thing, but it was Latin night. We'll do that.
Okay.
And we'll start with our opening number, choreographed none other by Henry and Sharna Burgess. I love
Gorgeous.
it. Now, it's been interesting because some of the fans have been saying that they missed the grand staircase, but I personally like the excitement because you have no idea how the show's going to open each and every week.
They ditched the staircase, didn't they?
It's a smaller staircase. There's one there, but it's
called
not the
Baby
same.
I was there yesterday, too.
And
I
you
was.
didn't even notice.
Oh, that's bad.
All right. Well, tell us, how did you get approached? Did they assign you guys together? Did you two decide, hey, well, let's choreograph something?
Yeah, I mean, we always submit stuff anyway, so that's kind of the way it goes. But in this instance, they did approach us, and so we decided, okay, let's figure out what we can do. We've got this song. Let's go around with some ideas. We literally. We had like a back and forth of different ideas, and then realized that everything would change again and again and again and again, just nature of live entertainment. So when we got to rehearsals, we went, okay, so it needs to go like this. So we just started doing choreography and came up like that, and put it on the dancers. And it was pretty much all set from there.
The question is the celebrities. How did the celebrities?
Yeah, the celebrities.
that?
Well, actually, because we included the celebrities for the first time in the choreography, which was kind of a breaking the mold a little bit. That was interesting. I have to say though, they went pretty good. They picked it up pretty well. Brant and Corbin were the two guys on the lounges, and then Snooki and Christina. Yeah, no, they were really good. They were really good. I was surprised.
They're still fresh.
Yeah, I think it's week 2.
Only week 2. They're still enthusiastic about it.
Now, and you utilized the sexy bus stop, or the, what did they call it, the glitter pit this week?
What is that thing? Yeah.
You gotta do something with it. You might as well use it for choreography, right?
That's right.
Absolutely, you should.
Yeah, and I think what's nice is that you're getting to see some group numbers earlier on. Usually they wait a little bit later in the season, so.
And it was nice to be able to actually include the celebrities. Not just like, okay, pro,
wave.
and then celebrity. Hello. you know what I
Celebrity
mean?
wave.
Yeah, I like it.
So we just introduced it, you know.
Yeah, and I actually kind of like it. I know a lot of people liked the grand entrance, but it takes a long time to walk down those stairs, and I just feel like it just kicks it off with like a ton of energy, and you're like,
Yes.
here we go.
Yes.
And it's been quite a ride with one night with the eliminations, and you see Tom Bergeron, he's like, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah. I like
Very
it compact. I like it. It's
I
you
do
don't know what to
too.
expect, and it's fresh.
Yeah, I think so too. How is it feeling for you guys?
I mean, for us, it feels great because for us, we just go, okay, we got one night. Let's absolutely give it our all for this one night. We can rehearse longer, you know, so it gives us much better power on the actual night. So, and it feels more compelling, not just for us, but I mean, I imagine for the viewers as well, to be able to go, okay, that's the performance. Okay, we're going to get the eliminations out. We've got, you know, opening numbers. We've got special, you know, themed nights coming up, and you know what I mean. So. Yeah.
Did he just say something he wasn't supposed to say?
I do know
I mean,
next
we already
week
had
is-
Latin night.
and we know Hollywood Night is next week, so
Exactly.
it was out in the press
That's
release
right.
today.
The theme.
How is it for you to watch it, you know, with only one night and so fast paced?
Well, I enjoyed it actually. It was definitely, everybody were a little bit on the toes, and there was the first time something like that's been done. Because technically the premiere of the show was just like every regular Monday for the last 16 seasons. So this was definitely fast paced. I was backstage. I did not want to sit in the audience because I wanted to get up and go to the bathroom and then go get a drink. And, you know, I would feel very uncomfortable sitting there with everybody, even though it would be fun. So I was really kind of behind the scenes, and I saw what everybody had to go through, and they moved them constantly throughout the studio. They moved them from that bus stop to it's like a, call it whatever you want, but double-decker bus, because they kind of sit there behind each other, to the room that used to be a red room, to the rehearsal room, and it's a constant movement. And definitely behind the scenes, everybody are under like a little bit of a stress because they're just learning about that. And then Brooke has to go everywhere, and there's Brooke, and
There's no time to think for anyone,
two
I
or
think.
three people around Brooke, you know, cameras and everything, and then they constantly filming. Like they must have so much footage. I don't know where they're gonna put it. Maybe online, maybe eventually they have to put it somewhere, because all that footage behind the scenes is really quite interesting.
And
So-
sometimes even the behind the scenes scenes are
behind
not
the scenes
actually behind the scenes. Like for last
It's
last
pretty
week,
sad, yeah.
last week I got caught in one of the camera shots because it was so behind the scenes that I completely forgot.
I saw you were there with your phone like this.
I was like, okay, that's. Oh no!
Yes, and they tell you, like, I was standing somewhere, actually chatting with Julianne, because she came in and kind of did her little thing yesterday, and we were talking, and then they were like, okay, now the camera's gonna go this way, so you guys have to move. So we moved, and then the camera's gonna go this way, so you have to move. So we kept moving, which was kind of crazy. And then I found like one of those folding chairs for makeup artists that they bring on set, and I just sat there in the corner like this.
It's its
I'm like,
own
I'm
dance
out.
behind the scenes, it sounds like.
It's its own choreography.
All right, well, we do have 12 dances to get through tonight.
12.
I know, and an elimination, and lots of news, because Bill Nye, I don't know if everyone heard, but he is injured, as doing an MRI,
Something's
and
with
it
him,
looks like
yeah.
his knee, so
Yeah,
he
at the
did
end of
fall.
the dance, he fell and-
He covered it really well. We'll talk about it, but I had to go back and watch it again.
I
and
saw the
see-
pictures of his knee as well.
It's not pretty.
Swollen.
Not pretty. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they
Not
said
pretty.
maybe surgery, so...
Well, let's hope science helps him.
Yes. Maybe he'll talk about the science of an MRI.
I don't think he's going to be talking about anything.
I know, poor guy. All right, let's get into the very first dance of the night, which was a samba with Elizabeth and Val.
Yeah.
Gosh, she's stunning. I want to look like her.
gorgeous
She is
dancer.
so gorgeous. I still feel, though, like she's holding back just
Can
a
I
little
just
bit.
say something?
Completely.
Can I just say, she's not holding back. She's not holding back. Honestly, as cheesy and as stupid this might sound definitely, and like kind of corny in Hollywood, it's the hair, the makeup, and the outfit. Why was she wearing that outfit? She is not 75 years old. Valerie Harper is.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
She
I
is
was
dancing.
dancing.
Did
She
you?
is dancing a sexy samba, and she's so fierce, and her movement is so strong, and I'm like, wow, you girl. But her outfit looks like she's rehearsing. It's all covered up completely. I mean, she has beautiful cleavage,
Show it off.
right? And she's a gorgeous woman. Like, just a little bit, like, give a slit, put some
Yeah.
color. and let the hair loose. Like her hair was so pinned back. It felt like she honestly looked like a figure skater doing her Olympic routine.
Yeah, a little too severe. You thought the same thing, Suri?
Yeah, I noticed the costume right away as soon as they came out. I was like, she's a little too covered.
This is the thing. I know what our wardrobe can do. And I know what they want to do with each celebrity. And I know we love sparkles and we love bright colors. And lots of prints. And I know our hair and makeup department are amazing. I mean, they won ton and ton of Emmys. So I don't think it's them. So I will never put that on them. But I just think she needs to a little bit get out of the student mode.
Yeah, and get
into I'm a performer. I'm here. I'm going to own this place.
Absolutely. What do you think, Jake?
Yeah, I agree with that. I really liked the content of her routine. I mean, she is an amazing dancer, and she can pick up things so quickly. But I just want more from her. Like every week I'm expecting something more than what she's giving.
We're expecting Nomi.
Yeah, like yeah, exactly.
I cannot believe you just did that, Chris.
Yeah.
I might have seen the movie once or 22
We've all
times.
seen it.
That's what she's trying to get away from.
We've all seen it.
But there was a fierceness to that dancer. We know she's capable of like getting into
So
character.
good.
I think. What are you
So
seeing?
good.
Yeah, I think it's second week, so she's trying to, ballroom's such a weird style to dance if you've never danced it before, let alone, if you're not a dancer at all.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's had her experience or whatever, but in this case, to me, it looks like, she's got Val, who's an incredible teacher, incredible choreographer, so she's very respectful to him, and he likes to work, So she's definitely in student mode, that's for sure. But I think her journey is going to be exactly that, coming out of that, going, you know what, I can own this, I do look hot. Let's just go for it. You know what I mean? I think that's where they're leading up to, and we might see a little Nomi
I think
here
so.
and there.
I know. She's also coming out of new mom mode. This is like her first, real I'm a working mother now, and so I think her son's about 14 months old. So
I should talk.
get some baby points. They wound up with an 8 and a 9 and an 8 for a total of 25, which was
score.
a big score.
I was glad
to
she
start
got
off
a
with.
9. She needed that.
Good
Yep, I think
score.
that'll help her for sure. These dances, though, I have to say they're over so quick. They're 1 minute and like 10 seconds, and you're like, that's it. It's
So,
Okay, so-
bam.
just as you're getting into it, it's over. All right, we go into Christina and Mark doing the Paso Doble. Her confidence is definitely, I think you can see it. It's come up this week for
She's a
sure.
performer.
She's definitely a performer. What did you see?
Oh, I loved it. I mean, I really like the routine. Mark always comes up with unique ideas, and I think he's a very theatrical dancer, and which I love. Yeah, I told you last week, I really am looking forward to watching her throughout the season. I think she's going to last a long time, and she really came out even more this week.
And I noticed that little sass she had with Bruno at the judges' table. I'm like, that's what I want on the dance floor.
Right.
I like
She's almost
that.
there.
I like that she was talking back to them. It reminded me of last season. I thought that some of the contestants came at the judges, and I was like, I need more of that. Like, I want them to be like
good
out
TV.
there. And I thought that some of like the little interesting flourishes they did were awesome, because sometimes I find them a little bit indulgent, but I thought it worked so well within the scheme of the theme of the dance. So I loved it.
Yeah, it was very good. I think overall it was a very good routine. She gets a little intense, which I love it, but when she does that, she loses a little bit of femininity. So she has to find that balance because Mark is also such a very intense dancer, and I think sometimes what happens with the female celebrities, they watch their partners and copy their movement, but they should listen to the partners, but they shouldn't copy exact movement because they're guys and everything is a little bit much more square and blocky, and she needs to still find the cat in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She needs to be a kitten. I like it.
Like a kitten, or in the Paso Doble or tango, be like a wild animal cat. Absolutely, but still there's that sexy feline action.
Yeah, I like
Interesting
that.
point. I like that.
How about you, Henry?
I agree. I agree. I think they're going to last a long time in the comp. I think she's got a real good confidence about her. Her and Leah, they kind of exude this, even behind the scenes. They exude this female femininity, and they're so comfortable in their skin, and it reads in their dancing as well. And I totally agree. As soon as she gets that balance, it's going to be pretty amazing.
She's a musician. She knows the whole show part of it. So I think she's got it in her. They also got a 25, a 9, 8, and 8. So 2 really solid scores to start off the night.
Yeah.
And then we move into Bill Engvall. I always get his name wrong. Bill Engvall and Emma. Too many Bills. Doing the jive. And what I love about him, he's game for anything.
That is it.
His attitude is so awesome and so infectious.
Yep.
I feel like I didn't know much about him before, but he's made me a fan.
I'm right there with you. I find him charming, and I find myself rooting for him before he even starts. Like right before they go, I'm like, yeah, I like you. I don't know why, but I really like you.
Yeah, and they're very cute together. They have very good energy together. It looks like they get along. I mean, Emma is quirky and funny. We all know that, but now you're able to see it on TV, and he has a good sense. I mean, he's a comedian, obviously, and he has just this positive energy around him that you just kind of. You get inspired by that. It's infectious, like you said. So I mean, as a dancer, this is the thing about this season. About 50% of the people actually have dance experience. So you could say, oh, there's one ringer. There are like 5.
Yeah.
But the other 5 or the other 6 don't, and you could really see it. But the ones that don't have this initial dance experience, their personalities are just so great.
It makes it hard.
You want to root for them.
And it makes it hard to say, oh, this person's going home for sure, because honestly, you're like, well, I like that story and I like that personality. And we know the people up here that have the dance experience are definitely safe. What did you think of Bill?
I thought what I really like about him is that he's very willing to learn. That he's not resistant to anything. Like he is so down for the movement. And I'm really shocked that he can actually move. And I feel like she's giving him the opportunity to really lead her around the room, which I know is tough for the male celebrities, and you can speak to that, Anna.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I'm just really impressed by him. I've never really been a fan of his, and I've kind of thought he was kind of forgettable for me. But this week, I'm like, I really like you, and I hope he stays. I really do.
Exactly. I didn't know him before this competition, and then meeting him, seeing him behind the scenes, seeing him on the floor. I mean, he just goes for it, and he's sort of like, sometimes he looks like a big sort of toddler on the floor, but it doesn't matter because you're in love with his personality, and you just see him enjoying himself. That's so important.
He's super cute.
Yeah, and when you're looking for journeys, like you just want, that's one.
He's like a dad, He's like everybody's dad. Like you want your dad to be like that. Like,
like a cool dad.
My dad been a professional dancer for 30 years, so that won't work.
But he's kind of arms and feet
but like, if my dad would not be a dancer, like I would want him to be like that.
Yeah, he's awesome. And he got a nice score, 7s across the board for 21. I thought that was good.
Solid.
Yeah, and I think that performance sort of upped. He might have gotten 6s, but I think that performance, the way he threw himself into it, gave him 7s.
Yeah.
We go into Jack and Cheryl doing the rumba.
Love this one.
I was laughing in the package, though, and I think Tom eventually mentioned it. He was like, your mom trying to watch you be sexy?
Exactly.
Awkward.
Exactly.
But if you're going to be act sexy in front of anyone's mom, it needs to be Sharon Osbourne.
Sharon
like,
doesn't
hello.
care.
Ding dong, hello.
Yeah, they talk about everything in their family, so they're like, whatever.
Yeah. But I liked her comment, though. Like, just get that face off, the terrified look off your face. Just get that terrified look off your face, darling.
But isn't it so shocking? Like, you would never think, like, smooth or fluidity and think Jack Osbourne. But he's got it.
Unbelievable. Not only that, but he's got this incredible upper body line that he hits. I mean, it's like a ballet dancer that has, full rotation in his back. Because no matter what he does with his carriage, his upper body, it just stays linear, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not broken. It just stays completely clean and straight and smooth and elegant. I was blown away.
Yeah.
It's so unusual for a guy, too, because we're always, they're always getting on the shoulders and on the arms and everything else. I mean, you would know because you've had to train so many of the male celebs. What did you think of Jack?
I'm just in love with him. He has, like, my heart completely. Like,
Absolutely.
Everything that he does, you're so willing. And I thought he'd be a little bit resistant to the process, too. I thought he would be like, I don't know how I feel about doing this. But I think he's just, like, completely given over to the whole thing.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
I'm really happy that Cheryl, I was kind of surprised at first that they were paired together, but I think they make a really awesome pair.
I can see how they paired together because Cheryl is a tough chick, but she has like a silly side to her, actually. If you get to know Cheryl, she has a slight silly side to her, and I think Jack is able to bring that out, and you could just see in the package she's like laughing all the time, and you could see just how much fun she's having. Actually, I came up to him yesterday and I introduced myself and I said, "You don't realize you make this girl so happy. You
can see it. You can see the difference between last season and this season with her.
I said, you are an amazing person. You must be something because she's so happy with you.
Her walls are down. Is that what it, she looks great too. I said it last
really
week,
good.
but her hair looks great. She looks
I
really
love
fit.
that haircut. I'm glad she went back to sort of the original Cheryl in a way, and then she got a little. I think there's a little brown going on. Ombre. She looks great. I'm in love with both of them, actually. I think they're both awesome.
He is very mesmerizing to watch. And I noticed I put down my laptop because usually I'm taking notes and everything. And then they talked about that. They said, you have a quality. And I'm like, I put down my laptop even just to watch him. What is that?
It's the spine. It's the, what Henry said, is the spine, is the awareness of posture that he just gets. And that's what gives him that elegance and that sort of regal thing that Carrie-Anne was mentioning.
And it carries through his ballroom and his Latin. That's the most amazing thing.
And it's natural because he doesn't have to, you can't train that, but it takes like years.
Oh yeah, because it's not just his upper body; it's his fluidity as he's moving. It's so easy.
It's innate.
Yeah,
natural. So good. I like that. He got 8s across the board for a score of 24 for his rumba.
Very good. Very good.
Okay, then we go to Keyshawn and Sharna. As we know, they were the first couple to be eliminated, which I think a lot of us, we talked about last week. We kind of expected him to go home.
You guys were right. You called it.
Yeah. But I want to say one thing. I wish that we had seen this Keyshawn that we saw this week.
Yeah. A little more.
Week, because he was fun. He seemed open. His guard was finally down. It looks like he and Sharna had developed a nice rapport, too, which I think is super important. And he really understood this is hard.
Yeah.
And I got to put it all in.
I think it was a case of, coming into the competition and completely underestimating the whole process. Just a complete underestimation.
I'm still so baffled. After 16 seasons, celebrities coming in and thinking this is a piece of cake.
Or they never have seen the show.
Or is that going to be a joke?
Or not just trusting your partner, you know what I mean? Like just going, okay, well maybe I don't know what's going on, but I'm just going to trust her and whatever. And it's hard. It is hard. As a male coming into it from a sporting background, ballroom dancing is not exactly,
it doesn't feel
top,
like it doesn't feel like a threat, right? It's like I've been a football player, blah blah blah. Or I've been a boxer, blah blah blah. Just talk to somebody. Talk to some other celebrities. Talk to your fellow athletes that did the show and ask them, and they'll tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
That he could respect.
Yeah, and he's the first athlete to go out the first week.
Yeah.
I think that never happened.
Meta World Peace, didn't he?
Yeah.
I guess the first football player, we should say. We'll qualify that.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is what you said is exactly how I felt behind the scenes as well. You can feel that there was hesitation. He was very tentative and not sort of aware of the surroundings. And then, this last week, I felt like I connected with him more just on a personal level, and I started to get along with him, and bam, he's gone,
I know, it's so hard. It looks like they had fun with their samba. I mean, he wasn't a natural mover for an athlete, but it was definitely fun. And, Sharna is great with, working with what people are capable of doing, so.
Yeah, I loved her choreography as well for the cha-cha in particular. I remember watching it going, that's great. It's hard to make a guy that big move like that, so she's done a great job.
She was pushing him for sure.
She definitely did, and we'll have her here next week, too, so she'll be talking all about it. Their samba got 18 6s across the board, and as we know, he is gone. All right, we go into Nicole Snooky with Sasha doing the rumba.
What did you guys think? Let me know. I have my opinion, obviously.
I thought the judges' comments were a little bit unnecessary. I mean, I get it. I get what they were saying, but I thought that her movement quality should have been commended a little bit more by them.
Yeah, I think the movement quality was good. I think the performance felt a little flat.
It did. I think she was just like, this is how I'm supposed to look. And
wait, you gotta do the Nicole look.
Oh my gosh, the face. That was funny.
I am so impressed by her legs and her feet.
Yeah.
I mean,
that stands out.
Beautiful.
That stands out.
I mean, I definitely say, straight away. Firstly, it's great that she's giving face at all, right?
Yeah.
But because some of them don't. But secondly, I'm like, she really surprised me from week 1 and now week 2. Her quality of movement is really good. She's really good. There's no surprises anymore. She's actually really good. But I do agree. I think being at that level, you know, you need to kind of, you know, hit it a little bit more in a sort of showmanship way, in a more performance aspect, I would say.
And it's hard to be intimate with a partner that you don't know that well in week 2. I understand that.
But I think as the season progresses, I think that's going to come out more, because they're going to get told that again and again, and they're going to go, you know, I'm fed up with this. This is my personality. I will just be what I want to be. You know what I mean?
What did you think, Anna?
This is the thing. This was so interesting to me because we all know she has personality.
Tons of it. She's going to get her own show after this, like her own talk show.
Oh, for sure.
We know she's going to get. Look, even watching. I will admit I don't watch Jersey Shore. I've never seen it. I'm sorry. But
That's okay.
I didn't watch it either.
Yeah, we didn't.
I'm behind the pop culture here. But I even just watching her little story before she danced, like she is so spunky and she's fun, and then all of a sudden they went
Yes.
out of the window. Thank God the girl looks hot.
Her body's beautiful.
The outfit was phenomenal on her, and her hair was gorgeous. The thing in her hair and her makeup. If she didn't look that hot, that Roomba kind of would be like, switch.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and it has nothing to do with choreography. I thought the routine was great. I thought the song was. I love that song.
Yeah, that song is awesome.
Oh my gosh, I cried to that song right now. But it's like
Our emotional mama.
there are a lot of things I cry to right now. It's really, I'll talk about it in a second, actually, every single week. But you know, just it's the journey. She's not an actress. She's not a pop kid. You know, she's not a Disney kid.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a brand new challenge for her, and she has to really like take it seriously a little bit and dig into it, because if she wants to stay, this is going to be her biggest obstacle.
Yeah. I enjoy her though. I'm way more than
So
I ever
cute.
thought I was
She's so
going to.
cute.
Oh my God, she's like this big. She's
pocket size.
tiny.
4 feet 9.
So
Pocket
cute.
size. Can we talk about this one thing though? Carrie Ann Inaba called Sasha out on the lifts in that number.
I didn't see a lift.
And what
There was
is it?
that one
She
where her
scored him
legs
lower
just
for it.
skimmed off
They
the
skim-
ground.
But
yeah.
again, this is the problem with the judges. You have to be consistent with it, and you have to call everyone out, or you don't call anyone out.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to lifts, you know, when Carrie Ann calls out a lift, and there is some sort of merit to it, it's a lift. You know what I mean? Just that's what it is, and you just move on. You know, because I mean, they're the
Can't fight
judges. They're going to tell you what they're supposed to tell you, and that's it. You know, so you just follow in line and. You either break the rules or you don't. You know?
I guess the inconsistency, you're always like, come on.
Right?
With judging,
But we could talk about that for 3 hours and we'll never get anywhere. So
This is true.
All right, before we continue on to the other 6 dances, we just want to remind you guys that if you're downloading us on iTunes, please make sure to rate us a 5. Give us your feedback. We'd love to hear that. And you can also download podcasts with an S. That is the app if you want to listen to it on your iPhone or other smartphones. We also have Serial Buddies out on DVD. And guess who's going to tell you about it? Jake.
Me. You can find it on iTunes. You can stream it on Google. You can find it really anywhere, Barnes & Noble, wherever. And we don't have very many ads within the show, and this is our way to say, give back to us a little bit if you want. So it's a really funny movie. It's like Dexter meets Dumb and Dumber. So yeah.
We
Buy
appreciate
it.
the support. Thank you.
Yay.
Bing.
All right. With that, we move on to another samba. This is Leah and Tony. Now, I've got to say that I didn't know how much the Scientology story was going to play out this season because I don't want to offend anyone's religion. It's controversial here in LA, and that's what I'll say about it. And so for Leah to sort of throw that all out on the table is a lot. From what I know of the religion. So I love that she's kind of addressing it head on and she's just kind of going forward. And I think that this is going to be a really interesting season for her.
I think Tony's a perfect partner for her. He's super compassionate and a great.
You're just in love with the guy. That's okay.
They're friends.
Well, like in a good way.
They're
You
friends.
you're friends.
Yes, and I know his personality well,
Exactly.
so I can
So
say
you
that I
can
think it's
say.
a solid matchup.
Yeah, and to be honest, I mean, I don't know if she would match up with anyone else. You know, I think he's the perfect one. I agree.
Thank you, Anna. And I, she's obviously going through a lot with her family and everything, and she's starting to talk about it a little bit. And I'm really happy that Tony is her partner. That's what I want to say about that.
She had her fierce face on, and Tony stole my pajamas. I just want to say I was wearing blue and hot pink pajamas that look just like that. I want to back Tony.
We'll have to tell him that.
They were like silky. And I'm like, pajamas.
No, I think it was very like brave of her, and good in a way to kind of get the whole Scientology thing in early.
Yeah.
And in the beginning of the show, because it's kind of like an elephant in the room. You know, we all know it. We all waiting for it. Like, what is she gonna say? What is she gonna do? Is she gonna do anything? So I'm glad she just went out there and said, "This is how I stand, and this is how they are towards me, and this is what I'm going through." Because we all want to know, technically, us as audience. And I just think her massively popular and awesome friend J-Lo gave her a few pointers.
Yes, she did.
In the beginning of that song, but there were a little J-Lo-ish stuff going on.
Definitely.
I think the whole...
What did you see, Jake?
I am so happy that she's kind of like broken out of her shell. I want her to even push even further, but this is only the second week, so
Yeah.
of course she's going to be even
She
better.
will,
But
yeah.
I'm so excited about her. I think, and I'm so excited that ABC is showing this Scientology story kind of play out too, because I mean she's talked about it on Ellen and Katie and I mean like
Yeah.
everything. So
It's
I mean,
great.
it's out there.
I agree.
Yeah, it's rare that celebrities that do leave talk about it. And you know what? She is... I've interviewed her before. She's no holds barred. She's awesome. And that's Leah. She's throwing it all out there. That's what I love. How about the scores, though? She got 8s across the board. Did you guys feel like that was a little inflated, maybe? I thought maybe a 7.
I think they were commending her like projecting maybe instead of just
Yeah,
like,
and her
the dance.
progress from last
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think given that she stepped out of the mold that much and almost did like a little solo in the beginning, you know, I
Yes.
think that's what the scores reflected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just thought I'd throw it out there. I was a little
Yeah.
bit like, I'm not sure. Okay.
Yeah.
But she got a 24, and hey, you know, rock on. That's awesome. That'll carry her well into next week. We go next into Bill Nye, the science guy.
so cute.
Doing the paso, and his,
Anna's shaking her head.
she's like, oh my gosh. Okay, his fan base is huge. They're chanting Bill in the audience.
3 million views
How?
from his first.
From his
I
child.
didn't know about I didn't hear it from anyone on set. I just went online and just checked. Like I was just looking at stuff, and I went and I saw their YouTube clip pop up on the side, and I was like, 3 million views.
Yeah.
That's amazing for the
Unreal.
show. That's amazing.
Unbelievable.
YouTube recommended this for me to watch.
Maybe that's what happened with me too.
I'm like,
Anna, your baby needs to watch this.
No.
Science guy. Okay.
I didn't know who he was before
You
this.
didn't?
I had no
What?
idea who he was.
I didn't know, but then
But you
again, I didn't grow up
here.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I did,
We
but I
had
don't
Jules
know.
last year, and last week, and he was like, "Who's Bill Nye the Science Guy?"
Bill
science
Nye,
guy.
the science guy.
As soon as they came out there, I was like, yes, I can't wait to watch this.
Okay, I'm going to say the good thing about what Tyne did is making it theatrical. You got to
Yes.
make it theatrical because
gotta
that's
make
what
it.
you can handle. He didn't start dancing, and I actually went back. wait. I went back and watched it, and then took out my stopwatch on my smartphone and was like, it was 17 and a half seconds before he even danced on that floor.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Because I have all sorts of
Brilliant.
time on my hand, clearly. But what did we think about this piece, Jake?
I love him, and I think he's fabulous for the show. The choreography that he's given is not great. It looks like this is so bad. I'm sorry, but
Do you think that's
it
what
looks
he can
like
handle?
someone like YouTubed Pasta Doble choreography, and they were like, "Got it," and then they copied it. And I like her. I think she's beautiful, and I think she's great. Oh, I just don't know. It's not.
Henry
Content.
biting
It's
his
just
lip
not
over
for me.
there.
It's just not for me.
Talk about the content.
Yeah, the content of the choreography for both weeks, the first cha-cha and then now it's Paso Doble. Like you said, he didn't get up till like halfway through the routine, right? Since they're so short now. But is this how much he can handle?
I don't think so. I mean, he can do swing dance. Like, he gets the partnering aspect. I know it's tough. It's different.
She was
but
yelling out at him the whole time, though. I mean, when
Fives, I could hear it
I could,
counting,
yeah,
yeah.
I could see it the whole time,
Yeah.
and he is always sort of like slightly behind her, so he's having trouble remembering choreography. So maybe that is all he can handle.
That's all he can handle at the moment, maybe?
What are you seeing?
I mean, you know, it's tough because he reminds me of Andy from last season, right?
Yeah.
And you know, so it's difficult. He's not going to be able to do a lot. You know what I mean? Not like he's not Corbin. You know what I mean? So from that aspect of choreography, you know, it's kind of like, well, okay, how much can he really handle? I just think. I think with Tyne, you know, being so new on the show, I think she's just coming to terms with, you know, what can I do, and do I need to like go down the ballroom mold? Because obviously she's not, you know, strictly speaking, a strictly ballroom dancer, you know. So
Strictly ballroom.
Strictly baller,
Yeah.
right now.
Just threw that in there. Anyway, you know, so from that aspect, I think this is kind of a journey for him and her, so that she can go, okay, well, I can be more theatrical with it, because that's really what I do. You know, I'm more contemporary and whatever. And she started to throw those things in. She did a really beautiful back bend. Her extensions are phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, so if she keeps doing those types of things and let Bill sort of frame it and
let Bill
move,
do his faces.
Yeah, well, that's it. And I think it will become more readable, more entertaining. You know what I mean?
If he can dance. As we know, like he injured his knee, and we don't know.
Exactly.
And I've got to say that if he can't dance, there's probably no elimination next week. I don't think that they'll change the rules on that.
Well, no. He will go, wouldn't he? I mean,
he would be the one eliminated, but I don't think that they would do another elimination beyond anyone else.
I don't know how that works.
Or will they mix it up because it's a new year and let's change up some rules? You never
they could.
know.
Yeah, they could throw everything out the window.
They could have Bill gone and somebody else goes, and then I don't know how that would play out the rest of the season.
And maybe wild card back in. Who knows? I don't know anything.
Henry just laid out a wild card. Start the Twitter rumors. We talked about this last week with Jules too, but we're just talking about the benefits of being in the troupe first and then moving up to pro. I mean, I think, you know, Tyne has struggles just in terms of like getting the rhythm of the show.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many aspects of this show that, you know, I'm looking back on my first season and there's so many aspects of the show that I had no idea about, you know what I mean? Even though I've got a wealth of experience in TV and in dancing full stop, coming into this show, it's a whole different kettle of fish, you know what I mean? Like it's a whole different thing. So, you know, one aspect is understanding how to choreograph for the camera, you know, so the audience can read what you're doing. That's one thing. You know, second thing is obviously being able to do group type of things, because a lot of the time it's not just you and your celebrity, you know, you're doing group numbers with your celebrity, and you know, this season is one of those type of experimental seasons where we throw different things at the celebrities and the pros, which I think makes it more interesting.
And the third thing is that balance when you actually teach a celebrity is to go, well, how far can I push and when do I back off? How much can I give him without overwhelming him? And when do I actually need to give him more? When do I need to get a little bit more technical and where I just need to back off and make sure he does it 20 times, just that one turn? All those things, I mean, she has no idea. This is her first time. She's kind of learning the science of ballroom with Bill. Nice
one.
That's her second science joke, everyone. I'm just keeping track. On a roll.
But yeah, you know, that's what it is. And being in the troupe, you get to be in trios, so you see how the other pros work with the celebrities.
You get to do everything.
Exactly.
Which is great, though.
Major schooling.
It is. It's great. I mean, I can't say how happy I am to have had the experience I've had, because I got to work with Ali last season and Dorothy. Previous to that, I got to work with Melissa and Tony, and previous to that with Maria and Derek. So you know, I've seen. Okay, so that's how that works.
You
okay,
work
that's
with Kelly too.
With
me, you and I.
Oh yeah, of course, Kelly. Oh my God, shoot me now. But yeah, exactly. You know, so that was it's amazing. You know what I mean? To have that, and exactly right. It's a big deficit if you don't.
Yeah, it's valuable. It's very, very valuable.
All right, let's go back to good dancing. That's who's next.
I will just say that their score was 6, 5, and 6 for a total of 17. Okay, we go on to Corbin and Karina. There's some good dancing for you.
Amazing.
We got the jive. This is an exciting couple for me. And you know what I loved? She had him start on the judges' table doing that footwork right away, bam, in front of him, because he can do it.
He can so do it. Yeah.
You guys amazing. I was like, put him on the troupe. Exactly. Put him on the troupe. Why not?
I wanted to do like all the choreography from High School Musical. I mean, it's just
he's really good.
He's really good.
He's a really good dancer. The interesting thing about him would be is to break away from that High School Musical sort of thing, because that's what he's known for. And that's kind of what he did yesterday, right? He brought that whole High School Musical feeling back.
Energy.
And the whole image of it, which was great, I think, which was very smart. But I know Karina is a smart chick, and she's going to do something completely different next time to be like, okay, he can do everything. This was like a little homage to High School Musical, but here he is doing some amazing quick step.
And they have the quick step next week, so.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see him in Hold and everything. I think
I also, some of the slower dances, the more romantic pieces, I obviously they have chemistry, but I want to see what that looks like when we slow him down.
A little bit, yeah. He's really good. He's really fast. He has amazing musicality, his great sense of partnering too. He partners her really well. He's constantly aware of her. He's aware of the audience. He knows exactly what he's doing with every single camera, with the judges, with the audience, and So he's really, really good.
He's been on Broadway in a couple shows in the
He's
Heights
kind of a
and
pro.
Godspell last year, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
26 was their score. I don't think anyone will argue with that.
Nope.
Okay, I need Kleenex because Valerie and Tristan.
I know.
I mean, literally, that package should be sponsored by Kleenex because I literally am on my couch every single week, and it's
There
not.
was
I'm not
a Kleenex
sad.
commercial right after that too.
You know, Kleenex is all. They're dialing ABC, going. We want. Right then, that's the slot we want every week with Valerie and Tristan. But you know, I'm not sad. I'm like really inspired, and it's just so moving.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Like, I know you look like you had something to say, but
Yeah,
go.
I'm gonna agree with you. And what I keep thinking is that she's inspiring millions of people.
Yep.
That's just, it's so powerful.
Yep.
And I sit there in tears too, but not because I'm sad, just because I'm moved.
Yep.
It was just lovely
Yeah.
watching him watch her practice the movements. Like, that was just really cool, just for a moment as a person to see that. I don't know. I really feel for her because I have two grandmothers in that same situation. So it's like, it's
personal.
Amazing.
Yeah. And I mean, it's so hard to judge all the choreography. Just the fact she's out there, I'm just like,
I don't even
great.
care.
Yeah. I mean,
Actually, it's pretty good.
yeah. I mean,
Actually, after I did cry, because it takes me really quick to cry now, and after I was like, oh, okay, and I started watching her dancing. Actually, it's pretty good. She has a good sense of line. She's as much unbalanced as she can be because of her knee. That does hinder her. Even like in the beginning when she was walking onto the floor, like you could see one knee just kind of buckled, and I think that's that knee that was bugging her. It's her left knee. And she has such a great commitment and command and connection to Tristan, which to me is one of the most beautiful things to watch, is how people partner each other, how they have that, I'm with you, we're here on the same plane. So the dancing is actually good.
Definitely, and I'm really impressed with Tristan as well because in the dress rehearsals and in the rehearsals, I can see that it's a struggle to fit all the information that he needs to get across to her without frustrating her, without frustrating himself.
Yeah.
And he strikes that balance really well, you know. So to see her each time, her dress rehearsal, her actual performance is so much better, like compared to
turns
the
it
dress
on.
rehearsal. Yeah, it's really impressive.
Hey, the woman, like she said, I have nothing to lose.
what does she care? She's
I'm
going
going
out there.
I'm going for all, but this is kind of that's the inspirational part of it. It's like that's how our everyday
Life
should
should
be
be.
like.
I
Yeah.
know.
Exactly.
It's a good life lesson for us all. They got a
Yeah.
score of 19.
It's good.
She's moving on to the next
Good.
week, so
Yeah,
it's all
she'll
good.
be here.
Brent and Peta doing the rumba.
Steamy.
I'm really worried about their chemistry. Yeah.
No, are they feeling it?
That's hilarious.
It was like,
Oh my
get a
gosh.
room, kids. But I think I want more dancing content
Yeah.
from them now instead of the steamy heat.
That moment where they opened out and he like did the little hip movement, I was just like, and then it stopped and I was like, where is that? I want to see him dance because I feel like he can really
He can do
dance.
it.
He
And I
could.
really
He can
liked
handle
that
it.
the other girls from Pretty Little Liars were there last night.
They were.
Not that I'm a fan of the show or anything. I watch
ABC
every
Family.
season. but-
You know, it was interesting too. The judges, they were arguing yes on performance, you know, but again, when you start talking about content, especially when someone can handle it, you got to start stepping up for sure.
Yeah.
And I think you have to put that on Peta a little bit and just say, you know what, he can handle it. Let's do it. Go for it.
Well, it's that balance, right? Is it like, I know he's hot, or I can hear Peter saying he's hot.
He's hot.
He's hot.
It's hot.
And I do enjoy snuggling with him on the dance floor. You know, and it looks really good because we're both really, really good looking.
They're so
You
good
know,
looking.
So
it's that.
good-looking.
It's like, because it kind of sells. I mean, it's like you look at it and you're like, you can't. You almost miss the dancing. Like you almost don't even care. Did they just dance? Doesn't matter. This is amazing. Okay, let's watch it again. You know, kind of a thing. So, but again, do it. Okay, you did it. We got it. Next one, you gotta move on. You gotta challenge
step it
him.
up.
You gotta step it up. You gotta bring something new because he's always going to be sexy and hot. It's not like you can ever
It's not
take
going to
that away.
change next week.
And he's one of the ones without the dance experience. You
Yeah.
know? So even though he looks like he can dance, it's so much harder for Brandt than it is for Corbin. So I think that needs to also be kept in mind as well for
remembering choreography and lines and technique.
Thank God he's young and healthy.
Yes,
that works for him.
Their rumba was a 23. Their sexy rumba.
I agree with that score.
I do too. I'm happy with that. I think that was totally in line with what happened on the dance floor. Okay, woo!
Kristen's hot over there.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's getting really steamy over here.
My boyfriend's out of town. Okay, I know, right? All right, that was a lot of personal information. Amber and Derek were the final, I should say, Emmy award-winning Derek Huff. And I want to say one thing. He won for the right number, too. Walking on Air last year, or last season, I guess, was so incredible. I know he was nominated twice, but and also with 2 Sean Johnson pieces. But gosh, that was just amazing and very happy. And their first choreography Emmy.
Dance of the Stars.
So
Emmy
cool.
choreography.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to feel like Val was like, all right, I'm motivated. That night, like, he's ready. Keep the competition going.
Wow. And think about So You Think You Can Dance and all the amazing stuff they do every season. I mean, not that we're talking about So You Think You Can Dance, but you guys do. So
Yeah, we do.
we talk. We all talk
But
about
I mean,
it.
all the Emmy nominees, they were like, so you think you know, so you think you know, and then finally Derek, Dancing with the Stars.
I know.
It was for Dancing with the Stars. Derek had the 2 nominations, one with Alison Holker, and then the other one was Warren Carlyle for Carousel, which I thought almost like,
I was like, he's going to be the
cancel
dark
it
horse.
out.
Yeah,
I know, but I think the right person won, so we're happy for
Definitely.
that. Yes. Okay, Amber and Derek doing the jive in a very busy week because he had Emmy rehearsals and Amber rehearsals and group rehearsals. And when did he have time to dance and do things and attend award shows? But they were good.
Yeah, they were really good. I do feel like the shoe thing was not the right choice.
It did look flat-footed, didn't it?
She was flat-footed because she was on flat feet. I thought the very first week she came out, I was like, whoa, look at that girl, look at her leg extension and her pointing of her feet and just the hands. And it was just a little bit on unpolished side, you know what I mean? Maybe because the week for Derek was so busy, and I'm sure. I mean, she's on Glee, so I'm sure she was on Emmy too. She was there somewhere doing some stuff, so it was just slightly tidbit unpolished for Amber.
Yep.
For anybody else, it would be like perfection. But for Amber, it was a little unpolished. Like, it's almost like, well, let's not worry about your feet right now because we don't have time to really work on it. We don't have those 10 hours that we need to spend on your footwork. So let's just give you flat shoes so you'll look like you're dancing Lindy. And that's the thing. She kind of had, there was a little bit of Lindy jitterbug feel to it, but the steps were still jive. So it was like that kind of a funky place where you're like, you're not really doing Lindy, you're doing jive, but you're doing Lindy footwork.
So we're nitpicking because it's Amber.
Yeah,
Because
we can. She's so capable and amazing. I mean, to me, she's. This is the thing. The very first week between her, Christina, and Corbin, I felt like they were kind of the same, a little bit. Now I feel she's starting to break out in her own direction. Corbin goes in his own direction, and they all starting to get their own little niche. So she can go all the way.
Yes, she can.
Totally can.
Definitely.
So you can't do that. Don't do that ever. Well, not for the next 2 weeks because probably she's safe for the next few weeks. But
she definitely is.
Once it starts to get there, you gotta have to.
And they have the Charleston next week.
Cute.
It'd
be amazing.
That'll be so
They
fun.
threw out like 8,000 dances for next week. It's like Charleston and Quick Step and Paso and Rumba and Jive. Like there is like so much
Just
going
take
on.
a dance.
So
For
amazing.
Hollywood night, it is
Awesome.
the kitchen sink is all there. 24 for them. I think a little bit lower than last week, but I think given everything that went on this week with them,
I thought it was well deserved. Yeah.
definitely well deserved.
Yeah.
As we know, Bill Nye went home. Sorry, guys.
Keyshawn.
Keyshawn went home. Poor Bill Nye. I know. I've got him on the
Still
brain.
thinking.
I know. He's still in the competition as of right now.
Were you shocked that Elizabeth was in the bottom 3?
She was not, though.
The thing is, you never
necessarily the
know.
bottom.
Never
You know,
know.
they could be
Oh, that's right.
on the top. Yeah.
They just do that.
But it
like,
was shocking.
for drama.
Yeah.
You know, to see her
for
there.
drama.
You
Do
can
you
tell
know
she's
what?
kind of like.
I feel this season in particular, with the way the elimination works this time around, the judges kind of have the last say, right? So it's like every single week, these athletes, and I think that there was athletes, even though they're dancers, they have to come out with everything they got. If this is the emotion they need to work on, they have to bring their A game. If it's the footwork that they need to bring their A game, like, because the judge is gonna nitpick.
Yep.
Because it's a little bit pressure on them too. Because usually it's always the voters, right? Whoever voters safe, that's the one that's gonna stay. But now it's like the judges really kind of have the last say. I wish, like they do it in some other countries. For example, Russia. Russian Dance with the Stars is on at the same time. And I have a Russian channel, so it's kind of fun for me. They have an elimination at the end, and then they show this whole board, you know, who was like first by the judges' score, and then they show who was first with the voters.
Amazing.
They show the whole voters, and then some people, like, it's really kind of a bit of a balance, and then they combine. When they do combine in two, they say these are the lowest ones. So then they say, we go in with the lowest with the voters.
You know, that would be some crushed egos.
That would be, but that would be kind of cool to know.
It would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be good to know.
It would be good to know. I don't know if they will ever do it. We only have 5 minutes left, you guys, and so much to talk about. Julianne Hough is coming back to judge October 7th.
I love her.
She made a face.
Well, it's just a little funky that Derek is going to be in the competition and Julianne.
And Mark, she's friends with
I
Mark.
feel like she'll be harder on him.
Probably.
Yeah. I know. That's
but what if they ask you to come back, or maybe like Louis Van Extel?
I'm not related to Mark or Derek.
But you know all these people, wouldn't you? Still judge?
Of course I'll still judge.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens. We have so many fan questions. Maybe we should do these after. Do you have like 10 minutes and we'll record them? I'll record them and get them. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Because I want to make sure that we get to predictions. Okay, we're going to say that Bill Nye is still in the competition.
Yes.
Not injured. He's going to be fine. Fingers crossed. We hope he's okay.
Yes.
Who do you think will be going home?
Don't start with me.
TV.
Jake.
Who do I think is going to be going home? Oh, my word, y'all. This is...
Bill Nye's still in the competition. Who would it be?
I don't want to say Bill Engvall, but that's the only person that's coming to my mind. I really like him and I care about him, but in the scheme of everyone else in the competition, I think that he might be. And I like Emma too, so I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm kind of blank, but maybe PETA and her partner.
No.
Maybe.
No.
I don't know. I think the Pretty Little Liars fans.
Maybe. I don't know. Like I said, I'm blank.
So
I
good.
don't really know.
It's hard already at week 2.
It is hard because it's so hard to know, like, who's voting. Because we have like half of these guys who are like younger crowd, and younger people watch them and know them from High School Musical and all that stuff. But like, are people voting for them?
But then the
I don't know.
But then we have like the other half, which our voters, our viewers, the Dance with the Stars hardcore
actually
viewers,
know.
actually know and vote for. So that's going to be so tricky.
All right, we have to wrap up. So who do you think is going to go home?
I don't know. Don't pressure me.
No, she's going to get a pass because she's pregnant.
Okay.
That's what's going to happen. How often am I going to do this? You get one pass the whole season. That's
Okay,
it. Fine. There you go.
Based on the bottom 3, I'd say Bill Engvall.
I know. I feel the same way too, and I don't want him to go.
It's such a positive season,
It
too.
is.
Exactly. I mean, you could say anyone, you know
I
what I
feel
mean?
like there's a handful that could go. Not because I want them to go,
Yeah.
just because we don't know.
Just so the voters don't show
Yeah,
up.
I mean, it could
exactly.
be Elizabeth. For all we know, it could be Elizabeth.
Yeah.
So much going on, so much to discuss, but the show is wrapping up. So tell me where I can find you, Jake.
You can find me on Twitter at Jake_Dupree and on Instagram at Jake Dupree.
Suri Serrano.
At Suri Serrano on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Anna Trebunskaya.
You can find me on Twitter at @Trebunskaya, or on Instagram Trebunskaya, or Facebook, or my website annatrebunskaya.com if you can spell it.
A huge thanks to Henry for coming back. We love you here.
Yes, we love Henry.
Thanks for
Where do we
having me.
find you?
At Henry Byalikov on Twitter. Same thing on Facebook and Instagram.
And I'm at Kristen Burt. We will see you next week. We will have Sharna Burgess here in the AfterBuzz studios. We'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.